What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today is what I'm going to call a lazy video. I've got two cars sitting in this shop that have not been driven in weeks, and they both need to be out on the road, get the fluid circulating a little bit, and that's the goal of this video. Let's take these two beautiful cars out for a ride, bring them back, and probably park them for another 2 or 3 weeks. And of course, I'm talking about the 57 Chevrolet Belair and the 2005 Dodge Viper. Both of these cars are absolutely phenomenal. Very different cars, obviously. This car is like a race car. You sit on the ground, literally very low to the ground. It is not particularly comfortable, but it is relatively quick. It's a pretty fast and fun car, V10 and manual transmission and things of that nature. It's kind of hard not to absolutely fall in love with the Viper. Then again, 57 Belair, completely opposite car. Maybe 300 horsepower. You know, it sits very high off the ground. Steering is that old school. It's automatic. No needing to shift through all the gears or anything. Just nice old school carbureted American V8. I think the first thing we got to do is find out if both of these are even going to start. They really have just been sitting here. And this is why I keep saying I'm going to have to sell the Viper. It's taking up so much room on my lift. If I had another shop that I could put these cars in, I could hold on to more of them, but I can't leave cars like this or cars like that sitting outdoors baking in the sun. It's wrong. You can already see the voltage down here it's under 12 volts, so it may not want to start. There it is. Jump up. There we go. There we go. Oil pressure is climbing. She's good and cold. The radio, for whatever reason, has decided to reset itself. No. Alright, well, anyway, she's running 47,719 miles on the odometer. This poor car has just been sitting here, not getting used. Cold air conditioning, everything works, no warning lights, nothing like that. Just a good, solid V10 Viper with a 6-speed manual transmission. I'm going to open the garage door. I'm going to roll this thing out. Then I think we'll come back and roll that one out. And then we will decide what we are taking out on the drive first. All right, let's get her out of this garage into the sunlight. I dropped the top. Be very gentle going down this. There we go. Got to be gentle because she sits very, very low to the ground. Easy coming off that bump there. There we go. Take a look, guys. I'm telling you, a Viper with the top down, in my opinion, is the only way to drive one of these cars. Oh, I love the sound of it. A lot of people say it sounds like an old tractor. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. I still like it, man. It's a cool car. It's complaining because I don't have my seatbelt on. That's all right. We don't need the seatbelt. We're fine without it. Oh, this is such a great car, guys. Maybe this will be the one we take out on the road first. What do you guys think? We're going to park it right here because I'm going to try to get a thumbnail. Now for the 57. This is going to be a cold start. Like I said, she tends to run pretty rich when it's idling. Seems like it takes off like a bat out of hell once you tap on the accelerator, but while it's sitting, boy, she's rich. We're gonna have to adjust that carburetor. Amazing. This thing has not been running. It's been, like I said, a couple weeks, guys. Man, what a totally different car. This thing is so comfortable in comparison to that Viper. Come on. Let's see if it'll stay running. We put it in reverse. Yeah, she seems happy. I keep it cold in this shop, guys. This shop is usually around 68 degrees, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I like it cold. Let's make sure we close that garage door. Make sure nobody's coming. And we'll go park this bad boy next to the Viper. Give it a few seconds here for that choke to open, for that choke to open up. Oh, not bad. Not bad. It's covered in bug guts. It's been a long time since I've washed or detailed this car. In fact, I haven't detailed it since I got it. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I love this car, guys. These are my favorite cars, I swear. Let's see if we can get it over here and park it next to the Viper, because I'm hoping we can get a really sexy thumbnail right here. All right, I think I got the thumbnail. What do you guys think? I hate that I haven't gotten around to adjust this new carburetor. You can see just the raw fuel burning out the exhaust here, man. I mean, we are literally just dumping gas down this car. I've got to get around to it. I could be doing that right now, but instead we're gonna take her out on a, oh boy, it's got way more power than it used to have since installing this new carburetor. The ABS2 has made a huge difference in the way this car runs, and I'm not used to it. In fact, I haven't really driven it anywhere since I got that new carburetor. Took it around the block for a quick test drive, that's it. I haven't done the 10-mile run or anything with it at all. So, forgive me. I need to get around to adjusting the carburetor. Not in this video, though. We're gonna take it out, get it up to speed, see how it does, get it nice and warmed up. Isn't this thing just beautiful? I mean, I love cars, guys. It doesn't matter if it's electric or gasoline or hybrids. I mean, I really enjoy cars. Different cars, weird cars, normal, average, everyday cars. I love them. There we go. No seat belt. I mean, you want to talk about freedom. You got the windows down, you got the vents open, fresh air blowing through the cab, and no seat belt to restrain you. And you already see that steering wheel. If something goes wrong, that's where your face is going, you know what I mean? Oh, it's a beautiful car, guys. And honestly, a beautiful day for a drive in this thing. No idea what the audio is going to sound like from some of those earlier portions of this video, but I got the mic on now. And I'm noticing when I really get into the throttle, I'm getting some spark knock now, some detonation. And I didn't get that with the other carburetor, so I'm probably going to need to have a look at the timing after I get the idle circuit adjusted properly and see if we maybe need to increase or retard the timing on this. It just cruises down the road, guys. I mean, look at the gauges. Everything's nice, temperatures are running cool, we got plenty of gas, and I got 93 in this thing right now, so the spark knock is not because of me running some El Cheapo gasoline. I got the good stuff in this. It's just a fun car to drive, and you can gently press on the gas pedal, and I mean, it just, look at her go. She is an absolute blast. Very comfortable. Oh look, a Tesla. Probably driving itself. This is a great car, guys. Runs, drives, and rides exactly the way I'd want it to for Power Tour 2025. The only thing I'm missing is air conditioning and seat belts. Gotta get air conditioning and seat belts installed in this car. I got to the 5-mile turnaround spot and I decided to give it a little gas and just see if we get 2 tires spinning or 1. And actually it looks like both of them, doesn't it? No, I think it's only that 1 tire spinning. We got some other stuff going on here. That's from me earlier, but yeah, I think we've only got a 1-wheel peel going on the passenger side. And there it goes smoking again, man. We got to get that addressed. This is not good for it. But I mean, it sounds good. It's running fine. It damn sure looks good, man. This car gets looks everywhere it goes. Now I got all of this dust all over my brand new tires. That's okay. The car needs a detail anyway, so I don't think we're hurting anything. Brian, I hope you're not watching this video. We got dirt and dust all over. All right, guys, I think it's time to jump back in. Let's get her back to the house and let's hop in the Viper, take it for a ride. It's good to get these cars out, man. I really should take them out more often than I do. They deserve better, but it's good to get these things out on the road and get the fluid circulating through them, you know, get them moving, tires rotating. Cars like to be driven. They don't so much enjoy being parked. There we go. Let's do it. Yeah, it's the passenger tire that goes. Let's see if we hit the. Oh no, I can hear that spark knock, man. Yeah, we definitely got to address that for sure. That's going to be coming up very soon. I'll hook a vacuum gauge to the carburetor, adjust the idle mixture screws. We'll see how that does, and then also check the timing. Maybe go ahead and change the spark plugs in this. Otherwise though, guys, I mean, she's a great cruiser, and it looks so damn good going down the road. The bright paint, it's got that bright red, man, and all the chrome and silver. Absolutely gorgeous car. I'm telling you right now, you will get more looks driving this car around than you will just about anything else, guys. People can't help but stare when you go rolling by, because how many old school Tri-5s are running around in here just cruising on any normal day of the week? For me, today is Thursday. It's just a regular weekday, and I'm out here. It's a hot day too. I'm out here windows down, just cruising down the street in my 57 Chevy. And it really is a comfortable car. If you put air conditioning in this, and I know I keep harping on it, but AC is a big deal. You get some ice cold air conditioning in this car, and this becomes like an ultimate cruiser. Something you can take out on the hottest of days or the coldest of days and just enjoy. Don't think for a minute I'm not going to take her out in the snow. I'm going to take this out in the snow. I'm hoping that we get some towards the end of this year. We do not salt the roads in Oklahoma, so rust is not really something you got to worry about out here. But I definitely want to take it out, because nobody is going to be driving something like this out in the snow except me. And I love it when people stare and they're like, what is that guy doing? This is going to make the ultimate power tour car. And I'm hoping, you guys know that I have a tendency to sell cars when I'm done with them. I use them for a specific purpose and then I dump them. I'm really hoping that this is one that I'm going to keep long term. I would love to do power tour every single year in this car. And there's a really strong possibility that I'm going to hold on to this one, because my fiance says that I am not allowed to sell it. She will not let me sell this car. She loves it. She loves this more than any car that I've ever bought, and she forbids me from selling this. So I know a lot of you are thinking, Randy's going to get rid of it. He'll never have it for Power Tour 2025. Well, I'm telling you guys, mark my words, this car will be here for Power Tour 2025, and probably for several Power Tours after that, because my fiance absolutely loves this car. I do too, but I just don't get attached to vehicles like she does. She is, and it's rare that she does, but when she's attached to something like that Mustang GT I bought her, she'll never get rid of that car. She absolutely loves her Mustang GT. She's never going to sell it. And I'm the opposite. I'll buy a car and I'm ready to sell it next week. You know what I mean? I'm not attached. I'm just like, okay, I had my fun, let's get rid of it. However, this car, I've really become attached to it. It's so damn gorgeous, man. And when you get it out in the sunlight, good Lord. I'm still deciding whether I want to tint the windows or not. I've had a lot of you tell me that I shouldn't do it. It's going to ruin the look of the car. I don't know. I'm thinking more about my comfort level and Monkey Wrench Mike's comfort level on Power Tour 2025. It can get really hot, especially if you're going the way of Florida or Georgia. You know, those areas get pretty hot and humid. And air conditioning is great, but without window tint, this thing's like a giant magnifying glass on the interior. You know what I mean? So window tint would not only keep us cooler, but it also will help protect and preserve this interior. It's not in perfect shape, but I mean, it's in really good shape, and I sure don't want to have to spend the money to have the seats and everything redone sooner than I have to. All right, 57 Chevy is done. I almost hate that we're going to take it and put it right back in the garage, but let's take out the Viper now, if I can even find the key to it. There it is. Let's take the Viper out, take her for a quick run. She's gonna enjoy this. These things are covered in dust too. My house, my other house, a lot of people think I live here. I don't live here, guys. This is my shop. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, and I really just use it for the bathrooms and the shop. There we go. Charge up the battery, get the fluids going. I don't live here, guys. I actually live an hour away, and I live on a gravel and dirt road. It's really bad, and every time I take these cars out there, they just come back covered in dust. Let me get buckled up. We will take this thing out on a ride. One of the things I like about this car is that it has air conditioning, it's a convertible, and power windows, power locks, an alarm. I mean, it's got all the modern amenities. Air conditioning also. You can literally put the convertible top up, roll up your windows, turn on the AC, and it's nice and cold. It stays nice and chill in here. The 57 does not have that yet, but I think once we get air conditioning in the 57, I'm gonna be much happier with it. All right, let's see if we can get on the road here. And how many Vipers do you think people ever see cruising through Byers, Oklahoma? You know what I mean? I'm sure it's not many. Oh, it's so smooth. That V10 is such a smooth engine, and it sounds so good. Whoa, we lost traction. Oh, wow. Okay, I forgot. These cars try to kill people. You gotta be very careful driving a Viper. These cars are not friendly to people that just want to go smash on the gas and take off. They will slide out from under you. If I remember correctly, there's no traction control on this car at all. You do have anti-lock brakes, but that's about it. Like, you get no passes with this car. If you make a mistake, she's gonna hurt you guys, and she'll probably hurt you really, really bad. Now, of course, I decided to break out the Viper to go have some fun, and what do we have in front of us? A Toyota Prius. Of course, it's Toyota Prius. That's great. Top speed of 45 miles an hour. I just love the way this engine sounds. We're not even into the RPMs at all. 3,000 RPM, 60 miles an hour in third gear. We got 3 more gears to go, guys. Oh man, I can't believe I've been letting this car just sit in the garage when I could be out driving it. This thing is so much fun. It is a blast. All the gauges look good. We got almost a full tank of gas. Top down. You got the wind blowing in your hair. Nice windy back roads. I mean, this is what it's all about right here, guys. This car is definitely like a driver's car. If you really want to feel connected to the road, you want the full driving experience, this car is going to give it to you. You literally feel everything on the road. Every crack, every bump, the tires pick it all up. I was honestly kind of surprised that the back end slid out from under me so easily. I just put a brand new set of Michelin Pilot Super Sports on this car, and they are sticky tires. They really are, but apparently pulling it straight out of the garage where it's 68 degrees, maybe the tires needed to heat up just a little bit. But she is such a fun car to drive. I almost wish I hadn't taken this thing out on a drive, because when I do, I don't want to get rid of it. I enjoy driving this car so much. It makes me not want to sell it, which is why it's not for sale yet. I haven't been able to bring myself to follow through with it. It's a fun car to drive. It is so great. It's cramped. There's no room in here at all. The bolsters are really tight. So, I mean, you are really squeezed into this car. Very little trunk space, very little space for the passenger. It's a tight fit. But that, again, is part of the experience of owning a Viper and really feeling like you're connected to the road. Most of you have been around my channel long enough. You've seen all the different kinds of cars that I've had. Cars, trucks, and everything in between. Motorcycles. I love vehicles. I really enjoy driving different kinds of vehicles. But there's something about the Viper that just stands out to me. It's such an experience to own one of these cars and drive one of these cars. Once you get your hands on one, you are probably not going to want to get rid of it. The only reason I want to get rid of this one is because it sits on a lift in a climate-controlled shop. doing nobody any good at all, and I could really use freeing up some of that shop space so I could bring something else that I'm never going to drive down here and park it in its place. Wash, rinse, repeat. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense. Believe me, I fight with myself over this all the time. I buy a car that I want to keep, I want to drive it forever, and then I own it for, you know, a couple, 3 weeks, a month, and then what happens? Well, I get bored, I sell it, and I move on to something else, and then I do it all over again. You know, I watch a lot of Hoovie's Garage, and, you know, he does the same thing. He buys cars, fixes them up, drives them for a while, parks them most of the time, and then he sells them. But he'll keep a car for a year, 2, 3, 5. I just don't have it in me to park all of these cars, let them sit in a shop, and then sell them a few years down the road. It just... Oh, sorry. I just don't have it in me. I see them sitting, and I'm thinking, man, that sucks. Let's rev it up a little. Oh, oh, oh. Red line, baby. Woo! Yeah! She bounced off the rev limiter on that one, boys. Oh, man. What an exhilarating experience. You gotta drive one, man. I'm telling you, go rent one on Turo if you can find one. Go test drive one from a dealership. But you have got to drive one of these cars. Uh-oh, is that a cop flying up behind me? Oh, shit. Come on now. Uh-oh. I think I might be busted. You know what? I'm just going to keep going. I wasn't speeding, guys. I promise. I really... Well, you probably saw the speedometer. Yeah, he's flying up on me. If that is not a cop, it's somebody that feels like he's got something to prove. You know, one of those... you know those types. One of those types of people that's like, oh no, somebody driving a fast car, I've got to catch up to them. I've got to pass them on a double line road to prove that I am superior. Get out of here, man. Listen, I'll be the first to admit that the Viper is a fast car. This is definitely a performance car. But my Model S Plaid would eat this thing's lunch, man. I mean, it can eat this car and almost any other car on the road for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it wouldn't even blink. There are so many cars out here to own and enjoy. You don't have to race everything, you know what I mean? I can't stand it when people come out and want to race me in everything. They'll come out in a Lincoln Town Car, you know, or an old Lincoln Continental, or a 4-cylinder Mustang. Everybody wants to race because everybody's got something to prove. Except I'm not out here trying to prove anything to anyone. I just want to go out and enjoy my cars and be left alone. Well, we made it back, and off camera I decided to give old boy in the F-150 the beans, and let's just say that a Dodge Viper and a Ford F-150 are not comparable, okay? It's not a thing. Everybody's got something to prove, man. I decided to really get into the triple digits with this car. Again, I didn't want any of this on camera, but I got her into the triple digits, and we're going around some of those sharp curves out here. Man, this car will handle those curves at 80, 90 miles an hour safely. Like, it's nothing. You can't do that in an F-150. Okay, you can, well, you could try, but it ain't gonna go well for you. So every time I hit one of those curves between 80 and 90, that guy's having to slow down. I was so far in front of him, it was absolutely insane. And then of course, when I get up here, it's time to pull in. I start pulling in here, and of course he has to pass me on the double line, you know, because he has to feel superior. He couldn't wait for me to turn into the yard or anything. He had to pass me to show me who's boss. So there it is. I really hammered on this thing today, guys. I did not intend on coming out here and getting into this car at all. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. And it's super nice to have a performance car that you can drive nice and smooth and easy if you want to. Or if somebody's feeling froggy and you decide you want to get into it, man, well, she'll do that too. This car is more than happy to deliver whatever you want, man. It's running nice and cool. Temps are good. No leaks. No smoke. And I mean, we hammered on it. Did I mention that? We really hammered on this car, man. She's running great. This is a phenomenal car. And now that I've driven it, I don't know that I want to sell it anymore. My fiance wants me to get rid of it. She doesn't think I should have it. It's taking up money, obviously. It's taking up space. And honestly, it deserves somebody that's going to drive it. But the reality is, and it's a sad reality for these Vipers, they don't get driven, guys. In fact, 47,000 miles on this car, that's considered like relatively high mileage. And I don't understand why. Because if you see the Viper trucks, for some reason, people drive the hell out of those. People will drive those Viper trucks. They have the same engine. They will drive those Viper trucks 200, 250,000 miles all day long. But the cars, no, the cars are too precious. It's the same thing. I mean, different body style, obviously. The other one's a truck. This is a car, but apparently these cars are just so precious that people don't want to drive them. They don't want to take them out on the road. They don't want to beat on them. They just want to put them in their garage and park them. And I am not that guy. I don't enjoy leaving a car sitting in the garage not being used. I like taking them out and really getting into them, having fun with them. That's what they're for. Man, what would you guys choose? If you could pick one of these cars, the 57 Chevy or the 05 Viper, which one would be the car you would pick? I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was put in a position today where I had to choose one of these cars, it'd be the 57. That's my personal preference. I love the Viper. It's a great car. It gets looks. It's fast, blah, blah, blah. But this car, in my opinion, is just classic. This is a classic car right here. It's timeless design, will never get old. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now, before we get out of here, the rest of the fleet. We've got a yellow Geo sitting back there, a Cadillac Sedan DeVille over here. They're out for 200 bucks. My latest purchase is my 2021 Tesla Model S Plaid. And what I love about this car, I mean, I love so many things about it, but what I love most about this car is it's kind of plain looking. It doesn't look like a Plaid, right? It doesn't have the giant 21-inch arachnid wheels. It looks like a Model S. You would never know. It's a real stealthy design, and I think the black really helps. Black on black on black. It's a slick looking car. You got the plain Jane 19-inch wheels. So most people that see this car, they don't think anything of it. And the only place that it says Plaid, well, that's in the spot that matters, and that's behind it. Because once you get behind me, you're never going to get in front of me again. In tiny letters, it says Plaid right there. This car is faster than anything I have ever owned, anything I've ever driven. It is absolute insanity to drive this car. It is a big car. It's a very comfortable, luxurious car. It's got the steering yoke, it's got the cabin overheat protection, which is really nice because on a day like today when all my other cars are sitting at about 140 degrees inside, this car is sitting at about 84 degrees. Yeah, it stays nice and cool in this car all the time. So no matter when I come out, it could be the hottest day of the year, I can come outside, get in this car, and I won't even break a sweat. Every other car, it's crazy hot inside, but no, this one keeps it nice and cool. And if you put it in Plaid mode, well, she'll do it to it, is what I'm trying to tell you. She will absolutely do it to it. It is an insane car, and it's also new. I just got it, so it's my favorite toy. But aside from this, and the Geo, and the Viper, we've got the bus. I wish I hadn't bought this thing. I need to get rid of it. The 2022 Harley-Davidson Sportster with like 70 miles, literally 70 miles. I never rode it. I probably need to be getting rid of that one too. The Corvette, the 2000 Corvette fixed roof coupe 6-speed manual. Yeah, probably going to be getting rid of this one in the near future as well. The Scat Pack I recently just put up on Copart's website for sale, so this one is going to be going down the road. The 2003 Dodge Neon SRT4, my turbo 4-banger manual transmission Dodge Neon. Love this car. Love this car, but it's another one that I probably need to be getting rid of pretty soon. The Geo Metro LSI here, this one does not run. We have not gotten it to run. We haven't really done anything. Maybe I can convince Monkey Wrench Mike to come out here and maybe we can tinker, see if we can get it going. I don't know. My 2016 or 17 Police Ford Explorer. This one runs and drives great, cold air conditioning. It's another one that I need to get down the road. This one needs to be sold. I need to move it out. Then we've got a 2009, I believe. I think it's a 2009. Ford Crown Victoria, another police pursuit vehicle, non-runner, flood car with a locked up engine. My hope is that we'll be able to unlock the engine. I know that that's probably not going to happen. The engine's frozen, it sucked up water, but I don't know. I got faith, man. I think we might be able to bring this one back to life. So stay tuned for that if the video hasn't already come out. Of course, I've got another Tesla Model S, the Performance 85, down at my other house. It's broken. Something went terribly wrong electronically, and it has a service appointment with Tesla to figure it out. So stay tuned for that video. I'm going to do a one and done video on that Tesla, from being broken to sending it to Tesla, trying to get it fixed, hopefully getting it fixed, bringing it back, what was the cause, how much did it cost, all of that good stuff. I think with that, guys, other than my truck and my fiance's Mustang GT, I think we're gonna call it a wrap on this video. Just take a look at those two cars though. Absolutely stunning, sitting next to each other. And red, my favorite color. I just love red. I guess we're gonna get out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Oh, I forgot I left the car running. See what I mean? It just sits here purring all day. Probably getting, you know, we're probably averaging like negative 10 miles a gallon on this thing at this point. So do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing y'all again very soon in the next one.